Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome back to another episode of Basic Breakdown. I'm here in the filming studio at MassiveJoes headquarters with fat burning aficionado, Vincenzo.
How you doing?
See how I tied the Italian and the fat burner and the F and you
so many O's in there.
So many play on words. Shit, I don't even know where I am. Vince, this Basic Breakdown is on an all new complete thermogenic fat burner from our good friends at Core Nutritionals, Core Burn.
Gotta get that label right. There's too much reflection going on.
There is. PR series.
Yes.
Now, technically, this is called the PR series after Dirty Paul Revelia, world-renowned contest coach and good friend of mine. We're just gonna it's Core Burn.
Yeah,
right.
Core Burn.
This is at this point in time. This is Core Burn.
Yeah.
Vince.
Yes.
Let's dive in.
Let's do it. So one scoop is 4.1 grams, and there's 50 serves per tub in Core Burn. Not sure why they go with 50. They kind of always have across all the burn ranges now.
Yeah, always have. It's kind of like, it's a bit strange because most fat burners are like 30 serves or 60 serves.
Yeah.
Month supply or 2 scoops going to use month supply. But at 50 serves, it's kind of, it's like, well, maybe one day you might take 1 scoop and the other day you might take 2 scoops and...
Go for those weekends and taking it 5 days a
Yeah,
week.
exactly.
So,
but regardless, it's 50 serves.
So... less than 1 gram of carbohydrate, a little bit of calcium, which is really negligible in here. So from the top, acetyl-L-carnitine hydrochloride in a 500 milligram dose.
That's alka right there, man.
Alka, yeah.
Little on the low side.
It is,
in a 500 milligram dose. And acetyl-L-carnitine, of course, is your fat metabolizer. Also has nootropic properties, helps with mental focus. But at 500 milligrams, it's really not going to do much for fat metabolism. It's really kind of in here for the mental focus aspect.
100%. Yeah. Next, we go into your KSM 66 ashwagandha extract in the 300 milligram dose, which is in there to help reduce stress, anxiety, and your cortisol levels. Essentially, you're adaptogenic.
You're adaptogenic. That is technically a half clinical dose at 300. So if you're taking your 2 scoop serve, you're going to be bang on clinical dose. If you're taking 1 scoop, you're going to be at half. If you're taking 1.5, you're going to be at 75%. Yeah.
Then we go into some Garcinia Cambogia extract, so 60% hydrocitric acid in this, in the 250 milligram dose. Hydrocitric acid or Garcinia Cambogia helps with appetite and inhibits enzymes responsible for producing fat from carbohydrates. So the conversion of blood sugars into stored body fat helps inhibit that hormone.
It's a fat blocker, effectively. HCA is really kind of considered a fat blocker. It's a great ingredient that not enough companies use, in my personal opinion. It should be in every fat burner. The dosage here, Vince, once again, we're kind of at that half dose per scoop. So same thing with the KSM 66. If you're taking 2 scoops a day, you're going to get your full clinical dose.
100%. Green coffee extract, standardized to 50% chlorogenic acids in a 250 milligram dose. Chlorogenic acids are a part of the polyphenol family, so they're going to have a role in the metabolism of fats from blood glucose. And inhibit the enzyme responsible for the digestion of carbohydrates. So they're going to stay there, and your body's going to break them down essentially instead of storing them. Another
great ingredient that should be in all fat burners, in my personal opinion. Hydroxycitric acid, chlorogenic acid, the 1-2 punch when it comes to blocking fat, allowing your body to use carbohydrates, stabilizing blood glucose levels, and all of the other shit that needs to happen in order for your body physiologically to be able to burn fat.
100%.
Dosage?
Pretty much bang in the middle.
It is, even in the 1 scoop dose.
Yeah.
It's delicious.
Yeah. Then we go into some Yerba mate extract, or Yerba mate in Australia.
Yerba mate.
In the 250 milligram dose.
That's how we said hello this morning.
It is.
Yerba mate. Shit.
So a lot of the time Yerba mate is in there for, it contains a little bit of caffeine and stimulants essentially.
Yeah, a little bit.
Not a little bit, so 5 to 10% about.
Yeah.
Also has an additional effect in fat metabolism and fat oxidization. So in there for that as well. Don't actually know a standardized dose for Yerba mate because I guess it depends on what you're using it for. If you're using it for stimulants, it's quite hard to pinpoint.
Well, you're going to need a lot more if you're using it as a stimulant because it only yields about 5% caffeine. So, in that dose that we're dealing with here, 250 milligrams, it's like 10 milligrams of caffeine. It's barely even noticeable. But the fatty acid oxidation, FAO effect, is really what the yerba mate is in this core burn for.
Yeah. and shown with submaximal exercise to increase by about 23%.
Oof.
So
good shit.
Yeah. Cocoa extract, yielding 20% theobromine, so essentially theobromine is what it's in here for, at 200 milligrams, which gives you 40 milligrams of theobromine.
Yep.
And that's in there for, it will kind of give you an energy boost as well, so another stimulant, but also helps with vasodilation of blood vessels as well, and helping with blood pressure relief.
Yep.
So yeah.
100%. I kind of think of theobromine, listen, I'm not a big fan of theobromine. Okay. I think it's kind of like a bit of an outdated ingredient, to be honest. But, you know, there are some studies and some bits and pieces to show that it has the effect of effectively kind of turbocharging your respiratory system.
Yeah.
So it allows you to relaxes the muscles in your lungs, allows you to get more air in, you get more air in, you can oxidize more fat, you can increase your metabolic output. You know, there's a bit of research around that as well. But me personally, kind of take it or leave it when it comes to theobromine.
Next is caffeine anhydrous in the 150 milligram dose, which is a good dose of caffeine. So your main stimulant in here.
And I think that, you know, that kind of allows you to go 1 or 2 scoops.
100%.
And, you know, it's not like if you're doing 2 scoops, you're at like 500 milligrams of caffeine or something stupid like that.
Yeah.
You know, 2 scoops, you're at 300 milligrams of caffeine. So it's still, you know, I mean, it's a high dose of caffeine, but it's still tolerable by most people.
Or second to that, if you're taking it in the afternoon again, it's probably not going to keep you up as such.
Yeah, in a single scoop dose,
Yeah.
For sure.
Then we go into your Bacopa Monnieri extract, 50% bacosides. Bacosides, that's the one, in the 100 milligram dose.
Yep.
So it has mental and physical benefits, helps boost memory, and there are purpose to kind of acquire memories and hold on to them short term.
Yep.
As well as it's a good antioxidant in there. It's going to help kind of reduce stress and anti-inflammatory purposes in there.
Yeah, it's kind of, you see Bacopa now working its way into nootropic supplements because it does also have an effect on mood and feeling of well-being as well. And I really think that that's the main reason why it's in this core burn formula. You know, from a fat loss perspective, the antioxidant, anti-inflammatory effects, you know. But from a mood enhancing and increasing feeling of well-being effect when you're in caloric deficit, and you're in caloric deficit because you're trying to lose body fat, it does have far more noticeable benefits from that effect.
Yeah. Then we go into your Zoom XR extended release caffeine essentially.
Yep.
In the 70 milligram dose, which yields 50 milligrams of caffeine. So this is in there to pair with the caffeine anhydrous.
Yep.
So you don't crash, and it's going to kind of just taper you off throughout the day.
Yeah, so your caffeine anhydrous hits relatively quickly, and then you have your Zoom XR kind of come in as the caffeine anhydrous is kind of wearing off, so it makes it more of a smooth and enjoyable experience from a stimulatory perspective.
Definitely. And then we have the final saffron extract as the safserine in the 15 milligram dose. Which is in there to manage stress and support mood, really. Can double as an appetite suppressant as well.
Yeah, it does have appetite suppressant effects, but primarily is going to be in here for mood support more than anything else.
Yeah.
And that's it, Vince.
That's it in that one.
What do we think of this formula, man?
Complete. Apart from the L-carnitine dose,
yep.
I mean, there's a few newer ingredients that I would like to see in my fat burner, but very complete. It kind of hits every aspect in terms of blood sugar levels, insulin, hormone support, fat metabolism. I mean, it's got your L-carnitine there. It's not a high dose, but it is there.
Well, in a 2-scoop dose, it's still clinical.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That's true,
right? Because there's a bunch of ingredients that really kind of hit that clinical dose or that clinical range at a 2-scoop dose per day.
Yeah.
You know, Alka is one of those as well.
Yeah.
I think, you know, from my perspective, it's interesting with fat burners because on paper, there are a couple of products that I can think of that you probably go, you know, on paper, if you just take the dosages away and you just go, let's look at the ingredients. There's a couple of other products that I can think of that you would probably say are more complete because they have ingredients in there really for thermogenesis.
Yeah.
Right? That's kind of what, that's, you know, you do have ingredients in this core burn that have a bit of a side effect of thermogenesis, but there's nothing, you know, there's no black pepper extract in there, there's no lean GBB in there. What are your favorite thermogenic ingredients?
Grains of Paradise is
Grains of
definitely
Paradise, there's none of that in there. And that's, and I think that's probably, you know, the main kind of whole. But then you look at the dosages of the ingredients in core burn and you go, fuck, man, like nothing comes close from a fat burning formula perspective when you actually consider the proper dosages to get the results of these ingredients.
100%.
Vince, flavors, price, availability.
So pricing is $89.95, so $1.80 per serve.
Yep.
And flavors, comes in 3 flavors: orange mango, pineapple colada, and a tropical fruit punch.
And the flavors, you know, I can vouch for this because I've been a user of Core Burn back when it was the original Core Burn. It went Core Burn and then Core Burn Ultra and then Core Burn X. And now it's come back to Core Burn or Core Burn PR, whatever you want to call it. These are the best of flavors I've ever been, and they are world class. They've done an exceptional job across all of them. I'm not a big fan of orange mango, as you would know.
Yeah, it's probably my least favorite as well.
But the pineapple colada is fucking...
It's good.
The tits. And the tropical fruit punch is pretty good as well. In terms of that pricing, where does that sit in terms of the rest of the fat burning marketplace?
Top range. It's definitely top shelf fat burner, as it should be with these kind of doses of ingredients, really.
Absolutely. So you get what you pay for when it comes to fat burners.
Yeah.
Vince, anything else you'd like to add?
That's it.
Before I tell the viewers to hit the subscribe button, subscribe to the MassiveJoes YouTube channel. Don't forget to turn your post notifications on your mobile, your cell phone, your desktop PC, and any other device you're watching this video on. Guys, that is basic breakdown on the all-new Core Burn PR series. Until next time, where we coming to and from, Vince.
MassiveJoes.com.
Stay massive. Thank you for tuning in to this video. We hope you enjoyed watching. Don't forget to check out our latest upload and our recommended video, and be sure to subscribe to the MassiveJoes YouTube channel to stay up to date with all of our latest uploads.